Well, hello. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to Sin City Crypto. My name is Big Rob. I'm going to hold off giving my full intro. I'm going to give everybody a chance to get in here since it's a kind of a last second thing. But if it's your first time checking us out, this isn't the normal show. This is the nightly recap. Just kind of going to touch on some more discussion articles, things that are happening in the crypto space that might not get the attention that we have on our daily show. And so, yeah, doing this from my house. This is my loft, and we're giving a little test run on the nightly streams. Also have a co-host, David. He is, I don't know where he is right now, but he's not here. So usually me and David do our shows on Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. So if you happen to stumble across this live stream, that's where the magic happens. That's where the fun is. This is more of a chill, just Q&A, just kind of chatting it up with the community. So, and yeah, I got my glass of ice water. Oh, it's Simon. What's up, my dude? Simon in the house. Welcome to the party, my dude. Stereo 2. What's happening, man? Welcome. All right. Well, you guys actually showed up. That's cool, bro. Appreciate that. And Olga as well. Oh, dang. Look at this. It's like a Vegas party already. Yeah. And what else we got? So maybe I'll give it a couple more minutes, see if anybody else joins up, and then after that, and then all right. Well, I think we'll go ahead and get this started. We got a few people here, so all right. Ain't Chef Murder. Wow, we got the usual crew here. All right, that's exciting. All right, I apologize. I still do not have intro music or anything cool to play in here while we, no animations, nothing like that. So we don't have a producer. I'm the producer, the writer, the director, the actor, the model. How you doing? Because you know your boy looking sweet. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, all right, so let's get the show started. Welcome to Sin City Crypto. If you're not familiar already, entertainment-focused cryptocurrency channel. Here, we take the old, the boring, the stale information, we package it up in a fun and sexy way. Just, I can't say like your boy though. I can't say I'm sexy because I'm the only one here. So I can't. I do that just to poke fun at David, because he has a lot of self-esteem issues. So now, I do want to give a quick shout out to Global. They're our media partners. They help us broadcast to other channels than just YouTube. And what else am I missing? Oh yeah, we don't just do live streams. We do daytime live streams, nighttime live streams now, deep dives. Check out the deep dives. Just the live stream though. And then, if you haven't liked the channel, if you like, hopefully we'll draw some attention our way. We'll get some more people in the chat, and that'll turn it into a Vegas party. A Vegas party. So the vibes here, a little bit more chill, a little bit more lax. I usually I'm all jacked up on caffeine and coffee and God knows what else in the mornings, and I also got an irritant in my face. My co-host, and so here, I got the chair. It reclines, so I can just take it easy. You can just have a cool day. We can all just hang out, chitter chatter, and talk it up. So, real quick, what's going on in crypto? So today we had a big announcement everyone has been waiting for. The Feds have released their action plan for interest rate hikes. So they didn't announce any rate hikes. So that was kind of what was on the table. Hey, they're going to leave this meeting. They're going to announce a rate hike. Anyways, the rates are still at a astounding 0. Yeah. Awesome rate there. So anyways, everybody can borrow from the government, not paying any interest, and the government makes no money. And in turn, because they don't make any money, they can't pay their bills, or they lose a big source of revenue. Because if you're not familiar with the way the interest rates work, let's just take Bank of America, for example. They borrow, say, $100 million, and in turn, they issue out that money in the form of loans to other people, and they pay back the U.S. government a certain percent of interest, and in turn, the government uses that on their budget. But because they don't have that source of revenue, they've just been printing money. Hence the reason we are where we're at with inflation. They did not raise inflation. However, for us in the crypto world and in the stock market, it's good for risk on assets. That's a good thing. Because basically, people have more money to spend on stuff they normally wouldn't spend. And let's be honest. Only professional traders and people really into crypto can dollar cost average and put a big chunk of their paycheck or their annual earnings into crypto. So, when people have extra money, that's where the money goes. Right now, it's still kind of like that. And that's why when the stimulus checks were going out, all of a sudden people were investing in crypto because they're like, hey, I got an extra $2,000. I'm still working. Nothing's really changed for me. Inflation hadn't really been a thing yet. And so people started spending money. And especially they're at home. They're not even going out. So they're at home. They're on the computer. And where do you buy crypto? On your computer. At home. So anyways, that's where we're at. Now, they did announce that in March they will be implementing rate hikes. So we're at 0 right now. The goal is, I believe, 2%. But they're going to raise it in increments. So come March, I'm expecting 0.5%, maybe 25% of 1%. So 0.25%, 0.5%. So, now, interesting numbers here, though. I was taking a look at the history of the interest rates. So back in 1980, the national interest rate was over like 15%. It was like 12 or 13. It was like between 12 and like 15%. So, it wasn't until the 1990s that the interest rate dropped all the way down to 5%, where it was around 5 up until the 2008 crisis. And then from there, it dropped to 0. And then most recently, the interest rate was at 2%, and they're trying to get back there again. Enough about that. Let's talk about crypto. So, what does that mean for crypto? Well, they didn't announce a rate hike right now. However, they did announce one is coming. So, for futures markets, maybe that's why we took a hit. Taking a look at Wall Street, Dow Jones down 1.23%. S&P 500, 1.45%. NASDAQ, almost down 2%. NASDAQ, if you're not familiar, they represent more of the tech stocks. So we tend to be more correlated with what the NASDAQ does. So just a little insight there. Oil is down as well. And something that is actually an indication of the opposite. When there's fear in the market, people tend to, when there's fear in rising interest rates and risk on assets, people tend to go to the 10-year Treasury bonds. So this right here, when it's green, generally not good for the market because people are moving their money out of Wall Street. They're not investing, and they're putting it into United States Treasury bonds. So, anyways, that's where the global market. On these night ones, I want to do a little bit more traditional finance discussions because they're intertwined and weaved into the regular markets. I look at crypto as another sector of the financial market on a global and macro sense. So just think of it that way. And then, let's see. We got 5 viewers and 3 likes. Who didn't like the video? Stereo 2, you liked the video? Was it you? Olga, you liked the video? Huh? Somebody out here. Find out who it is. Didn't like the video. Anyways, let's get back into the prices. So where are we at? We took a dip. Bitcoin, 35,000. Today we were as high as 38,000. Now, why is that? It happens to coincide with the Fed's news. So, Fed's news broke at 11:30. So So you can see here at 11:30 was 38,000. We are now at 35,000. Oh, we got 5 likes. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. Thank you. Round of applause. Round of applause. Oh, Scott Brady said, I got you, bro. Scott. Hold on. Hola! Welcome to the chat. Scott, I'm not familiar with you. Thank you for coming and checking us out. We got a really cool community here, so feel free to talk in the chat. Stereo and Sivan and everyone here is really friendly. If it's the first time checking us out, a little bit about us, Scott, here. I'll just give you a quick rundown since it's not a lot of people. We do a live show Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Vegas time, and that's where a lot of the fun happens. So a lot of the people that will be in the chat today, they're more the regulars from the daytime. So this is something new we're doing. I'd like to welcome you to the chat, to invite you to come check out the live streams on Monday through Friday. They're a ton of fun. I promise you that. We got a studio. This is me at the house just giving a little market update, but yeah, the studio gets a lot of fun. You know, I got an annoying co-host. I make a lot of fun of him. So he's like, you know, he's like that former redhead. He's not actually a redhead, but he kind of acts like one. And, you know, that guy that gets picked on. You know, that's me. I'm the bully. So Bitcoin, where are we at? We're 35,000. So earlier in the week, we were at 38, or earlier in the day, 38. So now we're down to 35,000. And we were at 42,000 just a week ago. So the markets are not looking great. Now, a lot of the narrative, here's what a lot of people are saying. So if you watch YouTube, if you are familiar with what everyone else is saying, there's this narrative. Like, oh, hey, is the bull market still going on? When are we going to have a reversal? When's the $100,000 Bitcoin coming? Let me explain something to you here. You don't need to be a financial expert to understand that this right here, this downward momentum, this is a bear market. This is not a dip. This is not this. This is not going from here to here. We're not taking a peak. We're not going from a high to a low here. This is what they call lower lows, lower highs over a long period of time. This is a bear market. We are in a bear market. Now, however, I do want to say bear markets do not always last for 2 years. Let's get that right. So, right now we're in a bear market. You need to treat it as a bear market. You need to look at your investments in the long term, but you need to look at the investments in the short term and look at them as, hey, I should not be expecting big gains from these projects in the short term. So you shouldn't be investing anything that you expect to get a return on in the next 1 year. I would say more realistically, probably 3 to 6 months. I think that's how long this bear market will last, but you need to have the mentality that you're going to be at least a year out. Generally speaking, my investments are 5 years. If I don't look at a project as having a long-term vision and something I want to hold for 5 years, probably not going to get into it. Well, that's the thing. 80% of my portfolio is in those type of assets, and then somewhat risky assets will be the 10 to 15%. I got a couple moonshots. My moonshots are not meme coins though. My moonshots are dApps that are built on solid projects that have a utility that is unique, that brings something to the ecosystem that is not already there, or that is there but not functionally not working very well. Good example would be like SundaeSwap. Obviously, they've had a lot of issues. SundaeSwap, they launched, and this is as expected. I actually like SundaeSwap. I own some SundaeSwap, but might be a good time to look at some other DEXs for Cardano, some decentralized exchanges for Cardano. Might be a great time to see what other competitors they have. And let's take a look here. This will lead me right into an article. This wasn't supposed to be this transition, but as I'm talking about the DEXs, I realize, hey, I do have an article on this. So, ADAX. ADAX is probably my number 2 pick. So, if you're a little weary, you want to get exposure to the Cardano's ecosystem. Say you have some Cardano, but you want to get something that has a little bit more upside. You want some exposure to one of their dApps. The strongest dApp for each ecosystem tends to be the DEXs. So, there has not been an established DEX that is the front runner, just for the sheer lack of time, for Cardano. It seems to be SundaeSwap, but the same could be said for many other projects. It seems like this is supposed to be the go-to, but it doesn't end up playing out that way. So, if I had to be a betting man, this is Sin City Crypto. I am from Vegas. If I had to put some odds down, this is what my odds are. Number 1, SundaeSwap. It's the favorite to be the leader in the DEXs. Number 2 will be ADEX. ADEX. They have not gone live yet. They have a testnet version. ADAX. ADAX, there it is. ADAX, excuse me. Sorry. ADAX. And moving. So, take a look at this all time. It's gotten as high as $2. This was during the Cardano craze. And then down to 38 cents. Great time to enter. Great time to enter. A very promising project. So, just to take a look. You know what? I can't tell you much outside of the buzz. I don't know if there's anything that this project does that differentiates it from the others. I have to do a little bit more research. And I will do this, and maybe in tomorrow's show I'll come in with a little bit more insight on what differentiates this from the other. Or is it simply another clone of Uniswap? Or are they bringing something new to the table? So, all right. So anyways. Now, back to the article. Cardano. Scaling to meet demands of thriving ecosystems. Hoskinson says so many DEXs are coming online soon. He did mention another one of my favorites. I'm not familiar with this Wing Riders. This is actually the first time I've heard of it. I haven't stayed up to date with the Cardano news in maybe the last month and a half. Been a little busy checking out other stuff. So I will also take a look at Wing Riders to see what they say about it. Because if Charles is tweeting about it, they have some kind of clout. So something to keep an eye out for. But MinSwap. This is number 3. Number 3 for me. This one has a pretty big community as well. Their testnet is live, as you can see here. This is their Twitter profile. And they're offering rewards too. So I think there's a lot of possibility, a lot of room room for competitors. I don't think it's just going to be one. Just like Ethereum, let's take a look at Ethereum. If you think about their project, Ethereum does not just have Uniswap. They also have SushiSwap and a handful of other, and then Loopring. So, and all of these projects I mentioned, these are all like top 100 projects. So there's plenty of room for more than just one DEX. But if you diversify, if you're really interested into the DEXs and to Cardano's ecosystem when it comes to dApps, I would recommend maybe taking your investment, splitting it 3 ways, pick 3 of your favorites. I listed my favorite 3: SundaeSwap, MinSwap, and then ADAX. So that's that. I would be willing to bet one of those 3 come out as a high-profile top 50 project, and they're all outside the top 200, I think. So a lot of upside. I know SundaeSwap actually isn't on CoinMarketCap. I don't think they have it available yet. So let's see. Yeah, see, they don't have theirs, so you can't. So I don't. Obviously they're not out on the top 200 or whatever. But I forgot I'm not showing you. So if you type in SundaeSwap, they don't have any data on them yet. So I don't think they've publicly released a token. Okay, so moving on. taking another peek at the market here, see what else is going on. So Bitcoin is down. I think this weekend, I don't think we're going to get any big pumps out of Bitcoin or the crypto market tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. Tomorrow or Friday. And I got a feeling that if we go into a weekend without any upward momentum, Saturday and Sunday are not going to be good. But my idea, Squirtle all over my face, Daddy. That's an interesting name. Squirtle. Hola. How you doing? So, just the peek here at the charts. So my intuition says whatever direction we're going in on Friday, it's gonna keep going on Saturday and Sunday. So if this continues, and my thought is that Bitcoin will be 35, low 35 tomorrow, 34 on Friday. Going over the weekend, it'll probably be back down to the 33 and the 32 mark. So, and let's see. Now, back to the regular markets here. Take a look at everything else. Ethereum, $2,400. Great buy right now. This right here is your most secure, biggest upside project to invest in right now. If you have an uncle or a brother or a sister or somebody at work that doesn't have a lot of exposure to crypto and you want to come off like a savvy investor, like a good friend, and like, what should I buy? Just tell them Ethereum and tell them not to sell that damn shit. Say, hey, because we know everybody here, we're all in the crypto space. Somebody's coming up to you and they're like, hey, what kind of crypto should I buy? Ethereum. That should be your answer. Ethereum. First of all, none of this is financial advice. But if you yourself want to go give financial advice to somebody else that doesn't have much knowledge, and they're coming up to you, tell them Ethereum, man. Wipe your hands. Because you know they're safe, and you know what else? You know they're going to make money. So, Ethereum, solid bet. Not even a bet, man. A solid, just surefire investment. Look at this. $4,300, $4,700, bro. You got a guaranteed 2x out of this within a year. And so, if that guy at work or that girl at work is asking you about investment, you tell them throw $5,000 in Ethereum. And then see what happens. They're going to have 10 racks in no time. So, safest play. Now, if I have $5,000 to throw into something, I already told you what it's going to be. It's going to be Loop Ring. Goddamn Loop Ring. That shit is beautiful, man. I was talking about it yesterday. Stereo 2 was here for that. Loop Ring is my absolute must buy right now. Look at this. Everybody was talking. Everybody's talking about buying here. Everybody was like, man, I wish I'd have got some Loop Ring. That thing is pumping. I wish I'd have got some Loop Ring at 50 cents. Wish I'd have got some Loop Ring at 50 cents. 60 cents. Time is now, baby. It's $1. It's a discount. It's a 99-cent store back shelf item that you find behind the au gratin potato box. Loop Ring. Bro, listen. For you savvy investors, the ones that know what you're doing, the ones that got an idea on when to enter and exit some markets and don't mind holding for 2-3 years, Loop Ring is a surefire winner. You could easily pick this up at $1, turn around and sell it at $3. That's a quick 3x, man. You know it's going to hit $3 in another year. Like, let's not kid ourselves. Ethereum's upgrade is going to come out. The transactions are going to be cheaper, more efficient. No need to go somewhere else. You want to use the Ethereum ecosystem and no need to use a DEX. You can just use Loop Ring. For those of you who haven't seen it before, take a look at this, man. Look, Loop Ring. If you've used the let's see here, pull up the app. If you used any exchange on a computer, you already know what this looks like. It's order books, but this is a decentralized exchange. It's so simple. You just go in and you buy, man. Like, look, you can go buy. Here, look, Chainlink and Ethereum. Chainlink isn't even a freaking. Look at this, Chainlink and Ethereum, and then you just put the order books in. It tracks your trades, like, and then you just go from whatever on the. Go from 1 inch to Ethereum, calculating. You put in you go put in 100. I gotta connect my wallet, but anyways, you get the idea. Really cool interface. I like things that are clean and simple. The simpler and the easier to use, the easier it is for dumb people to use them. And where's the money? Everybody knows where the money's at. When the dumb money comes in, what happens every time the market is like on fire? Bitcoin's at $60,000. Or if you rewind 3 years, Bitcoin's at $20,000. There's one thing in common. The people that normally don't invest in crypto are talking about it. Everybody at work, what was going on in the height of the market? The dumb money. They were in there like, oh, hey, man, what about this SHIB coin? Or, next thing you know, they're talking about Safe Moon or some other freaking dog coin or whatever. Anyways. If the dumb investor can use it, then there's nothing to stop them. Don't sleep on AMP. Scott, man, I'm an AMP fan. Let's take a look at AMP. If there's a project you want me to take a look at, drop it in the chat. I'd be glad to look over anything. Let's take a peek at AMP. Big fan of AMP. We also got a deep dive on AMP. That's when AMP was in our. That was when our deep dives weren't very intricate. It was in our earlier days, but still a pretty good video. You gotta check out our latest videos. We just finished filming today. Which one did we finish filming? See, I should know this crap, man. Damn, I just filmed it today. I'm gonna get back to you on that. My brain, I've ingested so much crypto information, and my brain is literally turned to mashed potatoes. But I power through it for you. So, taking a look. Take a look at AMP. Another one of my favorite projects. So, if you're trying to buy AMP, what else do you need to know? I mean, everything's on sale right now. So, I mean, you can say the same thing about everything. However, not as juicy. Not as juicy as Loopring, but it's got some value. You can see here you have a ton of resistance. Or what you have a ton of support. What was support at 50 cents. So he's gonna have a hard time breaking 50 cents. And right now we're at 30. So you're gonna bounce off this 50 cent. But then after that, your next zone is 60 cents. See, I like to go off of all-time highs, but this was just a really big peak, man. So, or excuse me, 6 cents. So this 10 cents here, like, if it was like a wider peak. So what I'm saying is, like, I like to use former all-time highs as a judge of where it could be. But for me, I really want to see the all-time highs. I'd like to see them a little bit more like a wide mountain, put it that way. So just grab whatever. Let's take a look. Now you see how these all-time highs look? See how this is like real growth here. Then there's a pullback, and that's another big one. So I know, like, I would feel comfortable, for example, Avalanche hitting 133. But now, that's more or less in the short term. If you believe in AMP, I think it's a great, great, great project. If you believe in AMP, I think it's super undervalued. If you believe in AMP, I'd say pick some more up, man. It's discounted, it's cheap. For me, I'm looking for the home runs, because the money is made. The money is made when there's a bear market. And once again, don't need to say it again, we are in a bear market. So don't kid yourself. And then let's see here. Yeah, 3 cents, man. It's looking juicy. So, anyways, let's pull up some more articles. Unless you guys throw something else in the chat, I can be glad to take a look at. So, Anthony Scaramucci on recent Bitcoin price decline. and take a chill pill, stay long. So Anthony Scaramucci, if you're not familiar with them, he is the founder of Skybridge Capital here, as you can see, and he is a Bitcoin. I don't know if I call him a Bitcoin maximalist, but I haven't really heard him talk about too much other cryptos. I know, like here, he said he does reference Algorand and Ethereum, but the man is super bullish on Bitcoin. He talks about it all the time. Really interesting figure. I'd love to sit down and talk to him one day, but last several days haven't been pleasant. He basically references the drops in Bitcoin, and he's basically just saying, hey, everyone is a long-term investor until you have short-term losses. You start freaking out. Take a chill pill. Stay long on Bitcoin. So for that, just another person, another successful multi-millionaire that has made their money in crypto, and they have experience, and they're basically telling you like, hey, everything will be all right. Like chill. All right, Simon, what about ICP? You think it'll go lower? I'm thinking about adding some more. If you would have asked me any time before the last 2 weeks, my answer would have been, please don't buy ICP. And it's not because their project is not, they have some very lofty goals. I know you've heard of Web3. So hey Russell, what's happening? Good morning, guys. Good evening for you fellas on the side. Yep. How you doing? Glad you could join us. Anyways, Russell, we're just going over some of our favorite projects here. We just went over a little bit of AMP. Scott's a big AMP guy. Welcome, Scott, to the chat. I don't think we've had him in here before. And then right now we're taking a look at ICP, so Internet Computer Protocol, and so ICP is known, or they're probably most known for their big launch where you had the $600 valuation, $600 token on Coinbase. So if you're an American citizen, you probably saw the buzz from your crypto friends, like, hey, what is this project? So, Internet Computer Protocol, they're trying to put the entire internet on Web3. A lot of people are doing dApps for Web3. They're trying to, do functionality or some kind of video platform or something. Their intention is that they want to just basically have the whole Web3. They want to build just kind of like Ethereum. Like Ethereum has their protocol, and it's a blockchain protocol, and everybody builds dApps on top of it. The idea for Internet Computer Protocol is that they'll build the internet, and they'll take all the users and all of the other websites and everything from the traditional internet and have it built on their internet, which happens to be a blockchain. So very lofty goals, and if they succeed in what they're trying to do, and if they're, hey, what's up, Garrett? Welcome to the party, bro. And if Internet Computer can succeed at what they're doing, I mean, we all see how much money is on the internet. I mean, you look at the top 100 companies here in the United States, and there's a large majority of them, or I don't want to say majority because it's predominantly dominated by the pharmaceutical industry, but there's a big chunk of the top 100 companies that are internet-based or tech-based. So, anyways, this is the chart for Internet Computer Protocol. Came out at 600, even though it says 460 here, and then it had a big sell-off. For their initial offering, public offering was less than $1. So the writing on the wall, if you'd have done your research and you would have saw what the token was selling at before launch, you would have saw that there was a ton of people holding on to ICP, or that purchased ICP at less than $1. And you know what? If you have a 600x sitting in your wallet, you'd be kind of a fool not to sell a little bit. Let's be honest. If I had a 600x and I have 1,000 of them, that's do the math. Now, I liked it at $20. I thought it was a good buy at $20. And I was saying, I was like, when it was over here like 25, I was like, man, you know what? Now might be a good time to get into it. And it's pulled back even more. I think it's a great time to buy. $18. Wouldn't be surprised if it drops lower though. If I were to put it, so when I put in my orders, let's just say take $1,000 as an example. I had $1,000, and that's what I'm going to invest in an internet computer. I'm going to put in 3 buy orders. I'm going to put one, looking at this price, I'll put one at $18.25. I'll put one at $17.50, and I'll put one at 16 even, or it's probably 16.10, just in case the support bounces off of 16. So that's how I would get into it. I like all 3 of those price points. I think sub $18, great buy, guys. I mean, if you don't already know, Dfinity has some gigantic partners, man. They have, who are their partners? Look at these partners here. This is not the partners. This is their ecosystem. Now, look at this. Uniswap. There's their team there. And let's see. Roadmap, grant program. I don't know where it is. Anyways, just know that they got some huge partners, man. Here we go. Take a look at their ecosystem. Yo, yes, bro. Are you? Okay. What did I miss in the chat here? You know what? Screw internet computer. Buy some. Big lofty goals, big partnerships, so. Garrett, we got a new guy in the chat. Scott Brady. Now, I'm just reading over the chat here. Give me a second. And yeah, you guys are over here talking amongst yourselves. I thought you wanted to say something to me. It's okay. I want to talk to y'all anyways. All right, so getting into some other news. I'm kind of trying to sprinkle in a little bit of articles and then go back to some of the market ideas. And you guys just keep putting stuff in the chat, and I will get to those in between articles. So there's something you want me to take a peek at. And then here I want to cover articles that might not make it on the talking points section on our show. So things that might not have as much buzz, just more of like casual articles I'll talk about here. So Solana Labs CEO reveals plan for upgrades. Can you please just fix your blockchain? That's where we're at here in that, and Mike says, sell your soul. Is that like a reference, Mike? Like a joke reference? Or are you just telling people to sell your soul like to the devil, or sell your soul to the exchange? Which one is it? Now, Mike, hola. If it's your first time checking this out, welcome to the channel. We got a really cool community here. So they're all pretty active and talking. If it's your first time checking this out, we do a TV show Monday through Friday at 11. This is our more of our casual kind of Q&A. We just kind of go over some of the articles. So Garrett says he misses David, and then Russell tear laughed. So obviously nobody misses David. And Mike, in case you didn't know, David's my co-host. Don't worry, you're not missing nothing. This guy's a train wreck. All right, so Solana Labs CEO reveals upgrade. Are they going to fix this thing? So here in this article, they said that they already fixed some of the issues. Yeah, see here they say certain upgrades have already been implemented with more on the way. These will be rolled out in the next 4 to 5 weeks. If you're not familiar with the buzz, excuse me here. This is the article. So certain upgrades have been implemented more on the way. So 4 to 5 weeks is their timetable for their upgrades. That's going to fix the network. If you're not familiar, if you haven't already heard the buzz, there has been tons of issues when it comes to Solana. The system keeps breaking. Every time there's like a big NFT mint, the system gets congested. They have what's called the DDoS attacks. Basically, it's just somebody spamming their network with a bunch of sell orders, but it's usually like a bot that's trying to intentionally mess up the network. Could be like Cardano, like super enthusiast or something. I could see that happening. Like, tell me, if you were an experienced hacker and you were rolling on Cardano, because I know there's got to be a few of those, you wouldn't be spamming the Solana's ecosystem trying to break that thing. And shame on you for Solana for not protecting yourself from those douches. Now, also, Solana upgrade on Horizon. Yeah, I don't see nothing else. Anyways, let me know what y'all think about Solana. Y'all like Solana? Because I ain't the biggest. Not the biggest guy on Solana. I would say now is a good time to buy Solana. However, I don't know, with all the issues they've had, their more recent timetable here, I don't know if they're going to bounce back in the same way that I expect other layer ones to bounce back. So, what do I mean with that? Let's take a peek. Solana, $88. Polkadot, $17. I'm telling you right now, when this market starts to become bullish again, Solana left bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. And I think Polkadot, when it gets rolling, we obviously had the 2 rounds of the parachain auctions go through. A lot of buzz going on there. You want another good project to enter in Polkadot, man. This is solid, man. Super solid. So I would expect Polkadot in, say, a 10-month window by December of this year to surpass Solana in the market cap. I think Solana is just a brand new project. It hasn't been around enough. It just went from 0 to 100. It went from no users to too many users that they couldn't handle it, and then in turn, things started breaking. Very similar to what happened to Ethereum. So this isn't the end of the world. So I think Solana will be fine. I think it takes some lumps. Ethereum was kind of put out there, and then they realized when people started using it, like millions of people, then that's when they realized, like, holy crap, like, it's difficult. So Solana, not my favorite pick in this. Maybe it'll come back. It'll have a rebirth, but I would be more comfortable investing in Polkadot, Avalanche, Polygon. These are all 3 of these right here. Polygon, Avalanche, Polkadot will be over Solana by the end of the year. Mark my words. And it's not because I'm making price predictions. It's because of the utility, what they bring, the community that they have, and what is going on in Solana's ecosystem right now. That's just something you can't ignore. Now, moving on. Let's take a look here. SEC pushes decision on ARK 21 shares Bitcoin ETF to April 3rd. No, SEC has been doing nothing besides declining and pushing back all ETF applications when it comes to Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So nothing new here. I am curious to know what happened to the ETF with Grayscale. That was the most promising one. They had pushed it back to, I think, February. I think it was. So should be right around the corner. I'll do a little research on that as well. And then, all right, now, what do we got here? What happened in the chat? What did I miss? So anyways, yeah, that's all I got for this SEC thing. SEC irritates me. And I don't have enough caffeine in my system to go on a long-ass SEC rage. I'm going to save that for tomorrow. We're gonna unleash that on David. So when David comes in, somebody in the chat mention Gary Gensler, and then we're just going to open up this can, and it's going to all go David's direction. Now, SEC, okay, that's all I got. Now let me get caught up in the chat. What did I miss? Yeah, everybody's saying hi to Mike. Oh, we got two mics in here. Oh, Mike and Mike. What's up, Mike? Mike, I just want to say, hola! that's my thing for new people in here. So, Mike, welcome to the club, man. It's a lot of fun here. We just chit chat. If you haven't seen Sin City Crypto before, we're a entertainment-focused cryptocurrency channel. I know I say entertainment-focused. You're like, yo, this dude's just sitting in his house in a computer chair. However, this is the nightly recap. So we do a very fun and entertaining show Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Vegas time, in our studio. Have a co-host, David. Make fun of each other. It's a good time. So make sure you come by, check us out. Tomorrow we will be live. So in T-minus, what is it? 14 hours? Something like that? Yeah. T-minus 14 hours. 13 hours. 13 and a half hours. Now, let me know. What do you guys think is going to happen with Bitcoin? Where do you think the price is going to be? Because we had a pullback. We started the day at 38. We're 36. We got the news of the interest rate hike. I want to know, what are the vibes? Are y'all scared? Are y'all hodling? Are y'all buying? Like, what's going on? What's happening? You know what I want to buy? You know what's on my radar? I want a Picasso. That's what I want. I want a Picasso NFT. Look at this. Picasso heirs auctioning unreleased work as NFTs. So here it says the heirs of our iconic artist Pablo Picasso are auctioning a collection of NFTs based on his unreleased pieces. Like, how badass is this? Like, think about it. You have artwork done by one of the most famous artists in the world that has never been seen by the public. And we are going to get an opportunity to not only see it, but own it in the form of an NFT. So this is huge news. Huge news. Well, we'll discuss this again tomorrow because David's our NFT guy. So we'll see what he has to say about it. Now, Picasso's granddaughter and her son basically will release 1,010 digital art pieces based on a ceramic work by the artist that was never seen publicly. So this is a ceramic work. So Mr. Picasso is known for his paintings. So anyways, Sotheby's will host the auction. So you have a reputable auction house. So this is not something you're going to be able to go mint if that's what you're curious about. But this is for these high-profile investors. So I'm sure these art pieces will be hard to come by. They'll be expensive. And I'll be excited, man. But it's cool to get like an actual artist to put out, a famous one, Picasso. I mean, like, bro, y'all excited about that? Like, that's juicy, man. Like, see, like, I got sports and I got crypto, and I ain't got much else going on. I got sports and crypto. So for me, things like this get me excited, man. That's badass, bro. It's badass. Freaking badass. Now, what else we got? Russell said he's mining BTC on a crypto browser. Does anyone else use crypto browser? I read an article yesterday. Somebody mined. They got a full block reward with like one ASIC unit. So they had like one like running at 10% too. So they happened to get a whole mining reward, which is what's like $250,000 for mining a block. Here's a good one. This is an interesting article. Now, Stereo2 says, "Hey Rob, they will approve it when Goldman Sachs proposes a spot ETF just because Dirty Gary has to return them a favor." Yeah. I don't see Goldman Sachs offering an ETF. They've been having a lot of pushback in the crypto space. I don't think they want to be the first one because there will be volatility, just like Gary Gensler and everybody always says. Goldman Sachs does have a lot of traditional investors, and they just kind of blindly follow what they say. I'm not a financial advisor, but they actually are. And so they actually lead people into investments, and if they endorse a spot Bitcoin ETF, and it shoots up to 150,000 per coin, and then it dumps, their investors are going to be looking for answers. So as much sense as that makes in kind of the brainstorm way, it probably wouldn't actually be feasible. It's too much volatility for that investment firm. That's why you got Grayscale, because they're already invested in crypto, so their investors already have that exposure. Same thing like if MicroStrategy were to do something of that nature. Now, or some of the other ones like Van Eck, they're heavily invested in gold and things like that. So they it's kind of in their wheelhouse. But Goldman Sachs, not really. I feel like their customers would be confused. Like, what's an ETF? Stay back, sir. So, renowned computer engineer cracks Trezor wallet containing $2 million worth of crypto. So, what happened here? So somebody bought $50,000. If you take a look here, Dan Rich and his friend decided to buy $50,000 worth of Theta. So this was back in 2018. We all know Theta's been on a tear, especially in 2020. And so, if you're not familiar with the Trezor hardware wallet, not connected to an internet, obviously it's a hardware wallet. You only get so many entries of the password, like a PIN code. You only get so many of them, and then it's toast. You can't get into it at all. Anyways, they reached out to, let's see here, and a YouTube uploaded recently. Portland-based hacker, popularly known for his pseudonym Kingpin. He gave a narration on how he cracked the wallet to recover crypto assets. So, got this guy, this Kingpin guy, and he collaborated with somebody else. Anyways, they collaborated, they hacked the wallet. So, this narrative that you can never crack a hardware wallet or a Trezor wallet, not true. How they did it, nobody knows. But they had put in 12. Oh, here it is. They put in 12 of the 16 attempts. So, yeah, you see, after the 12th attempt, or after the 16th attempt, the data on the wallet would automatically be erased. So, they had a lot on the line there. And the $50,000 worth well over $2 million at the moment. So, hacker saves a day. Trezor responds. So, this is what Trezor says. Meanwhile, soon after the story surfaced, hardware wallet Trezor was quick to put users' minds at rest by noting that the vulnerability that the grand exploiter exploited to recover the lost crypto has since been identified and fixed. So, if you now own a Trezor wallet and you lost a PIN code, there's been an update apparently, and good luck trying to get into that. So, you figure Trezor would be like, pat somebody on the back. Like, good job. We made a goddamn good wallet and you cracked it. Like, congratulations. We fixed it though. But, anyways, let's see here. What's Russell got to say? Russell said, I missed some good stuff here. So, bro, it's good. I cannot buy 2x of the free version. So, Russell says, it depends. So, INR, it's 450. I don't know what y'all talking about. Indian INR. What's Indian INR, Russell? I'm not familiar. So, we were up to 10 viewers. I did make an ultimatum that this night thing only going to last so long. And we get a lot of people in here, keep this thing going. Now, and when I opened the show up, we did reference the Fed rate. So this was just the article I found. And this is our friend Jerome Powell. He is actually our friend because he's the one that put the interest rates down to zero, and he's the one that single-handedly kicked off the bull market. So he might not be supportive vocally of crypto, but we can thank this man right here for kickstarting our bull market, which is now turned into a bear market. Now, so here, and oh, this was a good chart. This is the reason I pulled it up. So here, I was talking about it earlier. This is the federal. This is the percentage rate. So if you take a look here, you have the interest rate. Remember I was saying in the 1980s, the interest rate was over 15%. So yeah, good luck buying a mortgage, a federally backed mortgage, with this 15%. Like that's crazy. Like, could you imagine? Like, no way possible. So we did float around between 10 and 7% throughout the 80s and early 90s. And then from the 90s to the 2000s, it was over 5%. With the exception of this dip here. So we have been, since 2008, since the financial crash, been at either 0 or we were at 2.5%. So 2.5% is what we were before. And now we're at 0 again. But you can see what these dips do for the S&P 500. So this blue line here is the S&P 500. And as you can see, when the interest rates go down, this is why it's been such a big deal. When the interest rates go down, as you see here, this 2008 crash, the interest rates went down, and S&P 500 shot up. And then as soon as they went up, market went down. So, just something else, just some other visual clues for you to take a look at. So, who is DMing us on Instagram, by the way? That's what I'm curious. Now, taking a look. Oh, one of my favorite projects. Let's take a peek here. Excuse me. So, one of our favorite projects. The Sandbox launches a $50 million metaverse accelerator. So, if you're not familiar with accelerator is, basically a fancy term or trendy term for fundraiser. So they raised $50 million, and this in turn goes into other projects or into their ecosystem for developers to build out, because it's hard to raise capital to build something out on Sandbox, for example, because one, you gotta have developers, you gotta pay them, and then you're not gonna get any returns until your product is out there for sale or for somebody to use or functional. So a lot of these people are looking for grants, and these grants are served out in the form of these these fundraisers. So they had a $50 million accelerator program. So they will invest in 100 startups. So there will over the next 3 years. So these narratives have been popping up a lot, especially during this bull market. A lot of people are taking their profits, they're moving them into other projects that are starting up, because everybody knows that you buy it when it's early, you get big returns. So that's what VCs do. So your venture capital companies, they're looking to invest in Sandbox and some of their smaller platforms. So they got deals worked out. So things that get built out on the Sandbox will eventually pay back the investors the $50 million, or at least give them exposure to buying and token sales and things like that. So it all comes full circle. But what ends up happening is money pours in. It's good for the development. It's good for the community. When you see things like this, just understand it is very bullish for Sandbox. So if you were on the fence on whether you should invest in Sandbox, because the metaverse has taken a hit. Metaverse took a huge hit lately. But if you didn't know, Sandbox and Decentraland are some of our favorite projects. We do wholeheartedly believe that the crypto world, or actually the social media world, will get behind metaverse. Why not? You know, we went from an AOL instant message in a chat room, and then we upgraded and we went to Facebook. And in Facebook, what happened? Everybody was putting pictures up there because who wants to read big ass blog posts? That's why we left the chat posts, because you don't want to sit here and scroll up and read. So then we got Facebook, where you had pictures. People were posting pictures, and you had your Facebook Live. What happened? Instagram, all these other platforms that just kept it simple, and you could use visual cues, like, you know, obviously Instagram and TikTok. It's all video and photography focused, and the same thing is happening now. So we're moving from photography focused to video focused. We all see the growth of YouTube. You know, if we had a chart like this one where it was YouTube, you would see, you know, you got 2004 when YouTube launched, and boy, it would go parabolic. Even more so lately. So, that said, I think Sandbox is one of the lead players. I like, between me and you, I like Sandbox more than I like Decentraland. And why do I say that? Decentraland, I'm a big video game guy, okay? You see here, I got my gaming PC over here. You know, playing that Call of Duty. You know, got my gaming mouse and everything. This is my Astro A40s right here, bro. I can hear the footsteps from a mile away. You try to hit that corner, I'm like, heard you coming, baby. But I like Sandbox. I think Sandbox for me is my favorite. And so with Decentraland, it has an issue. I don't know if it's been fixed as of lately, but with Sandbox, there was an issue where the servers weren't all synced up at the same time. So if you went to go wander around in Decentraland and you logged into a server, let's just say you were in the LA server, and then you have a Great Britain server, or one in England, or one in Germany or something. You don't cross paths. You know, if I'm in LA server and you're over there, you don't cross paths. So that's something I don't really like, because I know Russell's on the other side of the planet, but if I'm in the metaverse and I'm like, hey Russell, I want you to come by. I want you to come check out my house. I want you to check out these new NFTs. I want you to see like how I built out my house. Now he can go and he can visit your home. He can go see your space, he can go see your NFTs, but he can't go with you. He can't walk with you. You can't share your experience together because he's on one server and I'm on another. And so for that reason, that's like the big sticking point for me. And I know how it is playing video games. Could you imagine having a video game you go to play and somebody's on a different server and you can't play with them? You play the same game, you're on at the same time, but you can't physically interact with each other because you're on different servers. So for me, it's kind of a bad one. And Sandbox they've been scooping up a lot of famous people like Snoop Dogg, and I feel like they got a little better advertisement. So anyways, taking a peek, Sandbox sitting at $3. Had a nice big pullback. We'll take a look here. Yeah, you know, everything's all the charts kind of look like this, but not anything out of the ordinary. Some of the other projects have pumped up more so. So taking a look at the gainers and losers, take a look at the top 100. I did see a lot of the metaverse. Yeah, I see here my 4% loss for the day. And then if we take a look at the 7-day chart, I see Sandbox up here again somewhere. Maybe not, but anyways, great time to buy. I'm all in. Are you guys all in? What metaverse projects are you like? What are you vibing with? I see a lot of heart emojis and stuff going on in the chat. Everybody loves Russell. Russ, everybody loves you, bro. I love you too, man. Now, I do have one more article to pull up, and then we're gonna put a bow on this thing. So, hold on a second. Was that Cadena? Cadena, huh? Let's see here. Excuse me. So, top 100 in the last 7 days. I saw Cadena up here. Maybe I'm high. Am I high? I don't think it might. So, oh yeah, here it is. Cadena up 3%. Cadena was pretty high, man. You know, I don't trust Cadena. I like the project. I think it's great. So just to take a peek at Cadena. Let's see here. We got where did it hit? All-time highs, $23. This hasn't been around long enough, man. With the possible bear market looming, who knows how long it'll last? You never know. I, for one, want to invest in projects that have been around for at least one other bear market, because at least you know when things are in the dumps and completely tanked out for 2 years, you know their dev team still is there. So for me, why risk when all these great projects are out here? Why risk investing in a project that hasn't been through a bear market? If we go through a prolonged bear market, it could come out unfavorable. So yeah, VPN and the metaverse. That's a good question. So the future of Cadena is better than Sol, or are we in the same one? You know, Solana is still really good protocol, man. Like, don't get it twisted. They have very revolutionary blockchain technology. So Solana, I get it. Their chain has had some issues, but it is not anything anybody else hasn't dealt with. However, most chains deal with the issues when they're more in their infancy, when they first start out. And, you know, Solana had such a big run-up, and they went from such a small user base and such a small development team to all of a sudden have millions and millions of transactions and people using it, and they're trying to build out and integrate all kinds of stuff. So, you know, they went from 0 to 100 really fast. So I still believe in Solana, though. I just wouldn't buy any right now. I believe in it, but I ain't putting my money in it. So I think Solana's going to surprise everybody in the long term. 2-3 years from now, the next bull cycle, you know, like after the next halving, Solana, if you can get it in, you can get it around $50 or something. Absolutely. If there's a point in bear market where Solana's $50, you pick that up. As much issues as Solana's had, you pick it up. You pick up Solana, not financial advice, at $50. You're a fool not to. So here we go. Reddit may soon add NFT-based profile pictures. Oh, so we all are aware. Twitter, they allow the pictures as well. Facebook, all this stuff. All the social media platforms are coming around to the idea of integrating your NFT into your profile picture, because that's what people are doing already. Why not add the functionality, and so that way these companies get a little clout, and then in turn they add the functionality where you can add it to your profile picture. Soon they'll have, you know, and the way you do that is by adding your MetaMask wallet or your wallet that holds it. So basically they have cryptocurrency wallet integration into their website. So when you see these NFT-based profile pictures, the way they do it is they have your wallet integration into the website. So what they're doing is they're integrating crypto into their website. So you have Twitter, you have YouTube is talking about NFTs, you know, and so every time you see this, as minute as it might sound, think about it. They're integrating the crypto technology into their platform. So really big news. Really big news. I'm really excited about it. So here, just nothing outside of what you don't already read in the title, but Reddit reportedly testing a feature to allow users to set their profile pictures. So yeah, that's pretty much it. This is being tested, and then a small internal test. Yeah, that's all I got. So yeah, really cool. Don't dismiss these articles. These are larger than you think. Doesn't seem like much on the surface, but in the back door, you have these major companies integrating crypto technology into their platforms. So really excited about it. So yeah, I am going to be wrapping it up, but I'm excited to see what crypto will do over the weekend. So for me, my question is, Where will crypto be on Friday? Where will crypto be on Friday? Because Friday will tell you what's going to happen. So I think come Friday, crypto, if Bitcoin is at 38, 40,000, we'll have a bullish weekend. We'll come in Monday. Everybody will be clapping and having a good time, throwing up balloons and confetti. Be over 40,000. Come in on a Monday, be 42,000. Who knows, 45,000 after that. Now, if we go into Friday, this little skid that we're looking at it right now, where we're sitting around 35,000, some change, bumping up around 36, whatever. 35,000 is where we're at now. Come in on Friday, and Bitcoin sitting at 32,000. It might be a bloody weekend. Might want to proceed with caution, or don't proceed with caution and just buy the crap out of the dips. Because if we go into the Friday and we're down, not looking good. Not looking good. Either way, I do appreciate the turnout we had today. A little better than yesterday. Yeah, we had some new people in here. So if you're still here, Mike, we do appreciate you coming by and saying hello. Another shout out to who else? Somebody else stopped in here. We had a drive-by spamming from Squirtle Turtle. Called me daddy. So Squirtle Turtle, if I am your father, wasn't aware of that. So, and then lastly, there was one other person. I don't want to miss somebody's. Don't want to miss somebody else's shout out here, but anyways, I'm gonna wrap it up. Thank you so much for visiting, stopping by, saying hello. A lot of fun. 11 a.m. tomorrow, and we'll see you there. If you haven't met David, he's a lot of fun. So, till then, thanks for watching.